I'm Jamey Moody and I'm an indie author. I'm going to read to you today from the third book in my Lover's Landing series. The first one is Where Secrets Are Safe. The next was No More Secrets. And this one that will be out the end of October is called And the Truth Is. This one follows Tara and Lauren's story. If you haven't read the others, that's okay. They're each standalone. Tara is a well-known, award-winning actress that has met Lauren at Lover's Landing, and they have been friends for 3 years because Lauren is married, has grown kids, and just knows there has to be more to life than work. She has divorced her husband simply because they had nothing in common anymore. Tara has been looking for and searching for her true love her whole life. Yes, she was a player out in Hollywood and had different women on her arm every night. But when she meets Lauren, something changes. They become good friends and have seen each other at Lover's Landing from time to time, but both are afraid to say what is really in their hearts. The scene I'm going to read for you today comes from Lauren is a real estate agent and has sold Tara a house at the lake. And Tara has decided to move there, relocate there from Hollywood. The scene I'm going to read for you today takes place when they are both in Tara's new boat and Lauren is giving her a driving lesson. But Tara is upset. She is jealous, but Lauren doesn't know this. She just knows something is wrong. So we'll pick it up with them in the boat. "What is going on with you?" Lauren asked, sitting back down in her seat. Tara took a deep breath and turned toward Lauren. "Who's Jeff?" Lauren could see the jealousy shooting out of Tara's eyes. She started to tease her, but thought better of it. "Jeff is a realtor," she began slowly, looking into Tara's eyes. "I heard that the Hogans were talking to him about putting their place on the market. He's asked me out at least 100 times, so I agreed to go out to dinner with him in hopes I could get you a look at the place before it went on the market." Tara's eyes softened, but then they narrowed. "What did you have to do?" Lauren's eyebrows shot up her forehead, and then she laughed. "Dinner, that was all." Tara leaned back and laughed with her. She ran her hands over her face. "I'm so confused." Her eyes met Lauren's, then she leaned over and grabbed her hands. "I'm sorry I teased you about being jealous of Lexi earlier. Here I am, so jealous of some realtor that I almost got us killed in a boat that I have no business driving." "No, you didn't," Lauren said, squeezing Tara's hands and smiling. "I was jealous of Lexi and I kept giving you paint ideas like I'm going to live here too. I'm sorry." Tara stared at her and kept rubbing her thumbs over Lauren's knuckles. Suddenly Lauren could feel her pulse pounding in her ears, and she wasn't sure she was breathing. "I know you're divorced now and open to all possibilities. I want you to know that the first time I met you, my heart stopped and then fluttered in my chest. But something told me that you weren't just any woman. So we danced," she said, smiling, "and we sang and had fun and became friends." "We did," Lauren nodded. "It was later that Krista told me what was going on with you, and honestly, Lauren, I wanted to whip Marcus's ass. I could not understand what was wrong with that man. But what I did know was that I wanted to be in your life. And I told myself that if I ever got the chance, I was going to treat you like you should be treated." "Tara," Lauren said breathlessly. "Wait. You still make my heart hammer in my chest, and I'd like you to go to my movie premiere with me as my date. We'll get all glammed up and go to the movie and the after party." Lauren's hands covered her mouth in surprise. Tara sat there with a hopeful look on her face. When she didn't say anything, Tara said, "Or we can go out somewhere here if you don't want to go to Hollywood." "I'd love to go with you," Lauren said, finally gathering herself. Tara tilted her head to Hollywood or here. Lauren laughed and grabbed her hands. "Both." Tara blew out a relieved breath. "I'm flattered you asked me, because the enchanting Tara Holloway could have any woman she desires on her arm," Lauren teased. "I've told you the tabloids and magazines like to make it look like I date a lot of women, but it's not true. I'm not like that." "And I told you I know who you are," Lauren said, cupping the side of Tara's face. Tara kneeled in front of Lauren, and she could see yearning in her eyes. They both leaned forward, and Lauren closed the distance between their lips. It seemed like the most natural thing in the world to kiss Tara Holloway. But what she didn't expect was how soft Tara's lips were on hers, or how their touch sent an electric charge zapping through her body. She didn't expect the moan to escape her throat when she felt Tara's hand on her neck and her fingers entwined in her hair. She wondered why they hadn't done this before. She wondered why she'd ever want to stop doing this. But then Tara pulled away slightly. "I hope I didn't just ruin our friendship," she said hoarsely. "You didn't," Lauren said quickly, crashing her lips to Tara's. She wrapped her arms around Tara's neck and pulled her closer. She could feel Tara's hands on her thighs where she sat in the passenger seat of the boat. In perfect sync, their lips parted slightly, and when their tongues touched, Laura heard Tara moan. This brought a new rush of heat flying through her, and she thought her heart might pound out of her chest. The kiss had to be one of the best Lauren had ever experienced, and she didn't want it to end. But when they parted, all she could do was smile. Tara smiled back at her but didn't move. "Have you ever kissed a woman?" Lauren grinned. "I have now, and you know what?" "What?" "I want to do it again," she said, and then she added, "with you." Tara chuckled. "It better be with me." I hope you will check this out. The book will release sometime the last week of October, and I hope you'll give indie authors a try, because I know for me, I love writing these books, and I love getting to know my readers. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.